Hello everybody, welcome to the John Show. My name is John, this is my show, and we are back in Fallout New Vegas. Let me guess, you watched the show, you bought New Vegas, and now you want the NCR Power Armor. I don't blame you, it's pretty dope. However, the NCR Power Armor does not appear in New Vegas. Well, unless you're playing on PC, which at this point I'm sure somebody has already made it and put the mod up on Nexus. But if you're like me and you're playing on console, we're just SOL. Surely out of luck. That is, unless you're willing to work for it and have a little imagination. Let's get started. To acquire the right armor, we're going to the most dangerous spot on the map. There are many different styles of power armor, like the Brotherhood's T-45s, the T-51s, the Enclave's T-51 variants, and Tesla power armor. But as far as I'm aware, there's only one set of power armor that is faction-free, the Remnant's power armor found in the Deathclaw Promontory. Yes, I said Deathclaw Promontory. If you're unaware, on the eastern side of the Colorado River across from the Cliffside Prospectors Camp is a small outcropping just uphill a ways from the shore. Within this small area is a nest of about 36 Deathclaws, give or take. They range in age from young ones to Deathclaw mothers to alpha males. This is the single highest concentration of Deathclaws in the entire game, more than Quarry Junction. Our bounty is the Dead Prospector's Remnant's Power Armor. There are 2 dead people in there. You can't see them, you can't see anything from here. Nothing has spawned in yet, and that may pose a problem, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's get over there and begin our mad quest. Once we get across, the object will be to place ourselves where the Deathclaws can't reach us and shoot from there. There's a few places we can get up to that they can't. Not to mention, my build is pretty stealthy. This pathway can be used as a bottleneck. The young ones will run down, but they'll retreat back up after getting hurt, or if you back up into the water. Use the water to your advantage. Do not rush this. Like I said, there's 36 of these motherfuckers. Be smart, keep your distance as best you can. I had 3 C4 satchels. I threw them into the bottleneck to try to cripple their legs. Crippled Deathclaws move way slower. It didn't work, but mostly because I missed. My next weapon of choice is the Mercenary's Grenade Rifle. I had well over 100 grenades. I used a lot of grenades. Did I mention there's Deathclaw mothers and Deathclaw alphas? Yeah, they don't go down easy. Eventually, after about 20 minutes, I had killed all the Deathclaws, and I could not find the prospectors' bodies. I literally searched until sunup. At first I thought I'd blown them up in my barrage of grenade fire, but then I remembered that these guys sometimes don't spawn in on your first visit. So I left, slept a day, then came back hoping they'd spawned in. Guess who's back? After another long, drawn-out battle, I found what I came for. Fucking finally. These prospectors died here, most likely from the Deathclaws. This one is wearing some kind of metal combat armor, but this one is wearing the Remnant's Power Armor. Now if you notice, it's all black here, showing it's kind of enclave-y, but it isn't marked as enclave. This is factionless. Let's grab it. We don't need the helmet because we have our Riot Gear helmet. Now if we try to equip it, power armor training required to equip this item. Okay, so now we gotta find someone to teach us how to use power armor. We have 2 options, the Brotherhood of Steel or the Enclave Remnants. Depending on how early you're attempting this, you can choose how you want to roll. Remember, Mongo here is level 50 thanks to the infinite XP glitch, though despite my max Chad status, I have not progressed the story far enough to go Enclave. So Brotherhood it is. In New Vegas, the Brotherhood are located here in the Hidden Valley Bunker. They're cut off from the main contingency since the NCR beat their dicks into the dirt at Helios 1. Novac is as far as I've traveled on my path to the Strip, so we'll walk from here. The journey was pretty much uneventful, as this is technically really early on in the game. Once at Hidden Valley, you'll have to walk through this artificial dust storm to find the right bunker. There's 4 different bunkers. 2 are unoccupied. One has an NCR soldier and the other has the Brotherhood bunker. This outer door is unlocked. This door was a level 100 lock that I had to pick. I forgot to record that part, but that's why it's red. If you go to the 188 and collect Veronica, you can bring her here and she'll unlock it for you. Otherwise, you'd better have a level 100 lockpick skill. Go through this door and you'll be inside the Brotherhood bunker. As you enter, you'll be stopped by Paladin Ramos. This is essentially the beginning of my journey to get power armor training. Now, I'm not sure if I did this the most efficient way. I may have done this the most long roundabout way possible. But here's what I had to do to get power armor training. First, I talk with the Elder. This is Elder McNamara. Instead of killing me outright, he pops a bomb collar around my neck and puts me to work. That one bunker with the NCR trooper, yeah, he's gotta go. There's a few ways you can do this. I just convince him to move along. Now that that's done, they take the bomb off me and now we can work together. I'm not a member of the Brotherhood yet, so they won't teach me how to use the power armor until I am. I can, however, earn my way in. I follow Elder McNamara to his office where he tells me what's happening in the bunker. They're on lockdown. They have 3 missing patrols. He needs me to find out what happened to them, and if they're dead, return their mission holotapes back to him. I agree, as it's the only way I see to get my power armor training. On the way out, this follically challenged motherfucker stops me. Now, I know I'm bald as fuck, but I realized something a long time ago. While bald is beautiful is a factual statement, balding is not. This is Head Paladin Hardin. In a nutshell, he wants to get rid of McNamara so he can take over as Elder. McNamara only recently took the position of Elder as their previous Elder, Elijah, lost his mind and went AWOL. Hardin wants me to help him take control of this detachment so they can remove the lockdown and resume their mission. This was the option I went with. I thought it would be faster, but I don't think it was. I first had to talk with a couple people to see how one might go about ousting a sitting Elder. Then I was pointed towards their data stores, but their system had contracted a virus. I've never been able to accomplish this, but thanks to having a science skill over 70, I was able to beat this little puzzle pretty easy. You have to isolate the virus on 3 computers in 60 seconds, and you have to maneuver between like 12 consoles in tight quarters. My science skill allows me to lock the virus into each computer as I find them, which still took for fucking ever. But I digress. It's a stupid puzzle if I'm being honest. I was given limited access to their systems, but then I went and talked with Paladin Ramos and he gave me access to more files. Unfortunately, this means I have to go through more load zones to accomplish this. One might say this was a design limitation set on Obsidian by Bethesda for console maximization, but this was a game mechanic of many RPGs in the early 3D era, designed to add playtime. Thanks. They could have put the computers on this floor, or a terminal I could access from here. But no, I'm getting my 10,000 steps in whether I like it or not. So I get to read about the 3 different times they've been able to dismiss an Elder. This leads to more back and forth until Hardin finally figures out that if Elder McNamara gave some of his men orders, he broke the chain of command and can be removed from power. Finally, I'm almost halfway there. So now I have to find the 3 missing patrols. This is going to take me all over the fucking wasteland. Let's get started. We're going to RepCon HQ, not to be confused with the RepCon test site, Black Mountain Radio, and Nellis Air Force Base. Spoiler, the patrols are dead. We're just recovering their holotapes. I'm going to run through the details, but it was not as easy as it may sound. Brief side note, I am carrying a lot, so I'm going to use the Mojave Express mailbox as storage. Not every container will hold your items indefinitely, but the Mojave Express boxes will. But you have to have at least found 2 of them, because you have to send the items from one location to another. So I went to Primm, found the Mojave Express box in Johnson Nash's house, and sent a bunch of stuff, including the Remnant's power armor, to Goodsprings. Now that I have some extra carry weight, let's head out. I fast traveled back to Hidden Valley and headed eastish. Now I thought I had to go all the way to Black Mountain Radio. I didn't. I thought the patrol was going to be down in the village where the super mutants hang out around that dilapidated dome. They weren't. So I ended up saving Raoul and killing Tabitha and pretty much every other super mutant and nightkin, which is cool, but I totally passed the patrol on my way up here. Go back, grab the thing, then on to the next one. The walk to Repcon HQ was rather uneventful. It's located here north of Black Mountain. Inside, there are robots about and ghouls on the top floor. But if we're careful, we don't have to deal with any of that. You're going to need to hack some computers though, so if you didn't do the infinite XP glitch, gather up some skill mags or something. Make your way to the top floor, find the patrol, take the holotape, and head out so we can go to the Nellis Air Force Base. I'm going to have to walk all the way to Nellis, so we're going to pass some specific locations along the way so that I can fast travel there later. The main one is the Gunrunners. These guys have history going all the way back to the hub in the first game. They make guns and ammo. Gotta restock after the Deathclaw Promontory. Nellis Air Force Base is northeast of the Strip and is the home of the Boomers, former vault dwellers who will bomb the shit out of you as you try to make your way to their front gate. I have no tips for this except hotkeying stim packs to the D-pad and spam away. I think I use a doctor's bag and 1 or 2 stim packs, but this can be hard if you've never done it. The only reason I went all the way to the Boomers was so they'd give me permission to come and go. That way they'll stop shooting me with mortar rounds. The patrol is somewhere in the bombed out town. Find their body, take their shit, then head back to Hidden Valley. Now, you're going to want to talk to Hardin and give him the holotapes. He can use this to oust McNamara and take over as Elder. Now, the wiki says you have to leave, wait 3 days, then come back. But Elder Hardin was willing to make me a member right away if I completed one more quest. Fuck! Lastly, I hope, is wiping out the Van Graffs, local energy weapons dealers located in Freeside. Remember to kill this rat. There you go, kid. Dinner is served. You're welcome. The Van Graffs are located in the old Silver Rush Casino, across the street and down a bit from the Atomic Wrangler. Remember, hungry, thirsty, horny, the Atomic Wrangler has you covered. Not a paid promotion from the Atomic Wrangler, I too am just hungry, thirsty, and or horny. This should be fairly easy, just gotta snipe the door guy to get the key. Missed. Oh, shit. Good thing I bought more grenades at the Gunrunners. Take the key and head on in. I am not fucking around. Once I had proceeded to turn everyone inside the Silver Rush into a delicious gazpacho, I looted the place and everything worth taking and head back once again to Hidden Valley. Go down to Elder Hardin's office and speak with him. He will now make you a member of the Brotherhood of Steel. He gives you a shitty set of T-45D power armor. Now, I have a set of T-51Bs that I took off one of the dead patrols. Let's see the difference. The T-45 has the shoulder armor with the holes in them. Not bad, but not close to the NCR Power Armor. The T-51 has the larger, rounder shoulders, more like the NCR Power Armor. Closer. Heading outside to get a better look at it, we see this is really close to the NCR Power Armor. It has the larger shoulders, the broad chest piece. It is missing the ridges on the shoulders, the green paint, and the NCR logo. But again, we're not going to be able to get that on console. But we ain't even done yet. We can do better. Let's go back to Goodsprings. Remember, I sent that Remnant's power armor to myself? Well, here's what that looks like. The Remnant's power armor has the same T-51B torso, but it's green, and it has one green arm. The bottom half is still steel color, but the top part is the same color as the NCR power armor. One could even imagine that if the NCR power armor did belong to the courier at some point prior to the events of the show, maybe he retrieved this very armor set from the Deathclaw Promontory and gave it some personal upgrades into what we end up seeing on screen. So that's how you get the Remnant's power armor and the training to use it if you're playing Fallout New Vegas on console. You really gotta want to look like Maximus if you're gonna attempt this. It was probably 5 or 6 hours, and that's with me knowing where 90% of everything was. It is a vibe though, I ain't gonna lie. We'll keep this look going for a while. It's about time we get back to Primm. we got a little buddy to acquire. But we'll get into all of that next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you like what you're seeing, like what you're seeing. Remember, we're the little guy, so help us punch up. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the little bell down there, do all the little bell thingies. Share this with other people who think might like my weird videos. And as always, thank you for watching The John Show. My name is John. This was my show. I appreciate you taking the time. You take care now.